Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Pear Shaped in Dystopia. On a Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Yes, it's Pear Shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us and don't be late. Pear Shaped is just a fiver to come in, and we hope you'll be coming back again to Pear Shaped in Dystopia on a Wednesday night at 8:30.
Good evening, ladies and genitals. I'm Brian. This is Krysstal. This is Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Second worst. No, actually, it's the first episode of series 2 was actually quite good.
Well,
so this is Pear Shaped in Dystopia. We are in Australia, and the people we're about to speak to are in the UK. 2 in London and 1 in beautiful Birmingham. So our co-compare for the last 20 years or something is Mr. Anthony Miller.
Hello.
You're looking very attractive this evening, and your head is slightly more up than it used to be.
Yes, yeah.
we've got your chin as well now.
Yeah, so that's quite good. Have you been doing anything exciting?
I cleaned the bedroom, and that was an exciting task. And as you can see, I've cleaned the rest of the flat. All the money is on the screen.
It looks very clean to me. I can see the door and a wall.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
looks very clean.
It looks positively bare.
Yes. So yeah, I thought of turning the camera around so that you can just have a white wall behind.
You could do. That would be very minimalist.
Yeah.
Minimalist. Yeah.
Don't try again.
Hmm.
First time was good.
You're going for that lived-in look, like in lockdown, where all the politicians had their array of books behind them to. You have to have your intellectual books so people can see them.
Yes,
exactly.
The titles of all and everything. Yeah.
We were thinking of just
bothered with
sitting completely in front of the bookcase, but we thought, no, a little bit of variety, a little bit of art up there. Not mine. No, I can.
No,
if you stay there, I'll show you some of mine. I'll bring it over to you.
Oh goodness.
Krysstal will entertain you while I'm seeing to the art.
We're about. It sounds like we're about to have a sort of online shopping display.
Yeah.
Because you can buy the art that we're about to display.
To do with the fact that not doing any comedy gigs at the moment, I've decided to become an artist.
So we're upcycling coasters and placemats.
Isn't that lovely? Look at that. I'm thinking of signing it for people who know their place. That's there we go. So there's that one. This is for any musicians who might be watching. Yeah, and I don't know about that one. So that's it.
So available online if you go to damageart.com.
Because I kept losing my iPhone, I decided to brighten it up a little bit. But I still can't find this anywhere. So this one is now. This I can find even in a dark room. So anyway, enough about you, Anthony. I think it's time we moved on to our long-suffering musical talent.
I think we're long-suffering as well.
Yeah, but I
Not
think
just him.
It's not just us. There are many people who have suffered with us and are still suffering without us. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you Mr. Mandolino.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's not actually playing mandolin today?
This is Al.
The
He's
mandolin-
not,
no.
he's not in today. Yeah, guitar.
Is that okay? Is that okay for level? Are we okay with that? I'm going to turn my volume a bit. Are we okay? Sir?
Yes,
Excuse me. We did the sound check before we started.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, guitar players, they always turn
That's
up after
fine.
the sound check. Don't? Yeah. Yeah. So on message, you know. Yeah. So.
But there
Well.
is a drummer that we play with who, Al, I still haven't got you trained, have I? When
What?
I'm talking, don't keep fucking talking. Wait for the gap. It's easy, isn't it, Anthony?
Yeah.
There are no gaps
Yeah.
with you, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, well, Al, I'm sure you would have great difficulty parking a car because he would never find the gap. Never find the space. So,
Right.
mm.
So.
yeah. I've forgotten what I was talking about now. This is beautiful.
You were
Well,
talking
this is
about
why I
the
talk.
loud drummer that we play with.
Yes, a
Starts
drummer.
with brushes.
There's a drummer who, oh fuck's sake, there's a drum. How many times have I got to say the same thing now? Yeah, there's a drummer who I said to him a little while ago. I said, "Do you want to play with us tonight?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Have you got brushes?" He said, "Why?" I said, "'Cause you're fucking loud." So he said, "Well, I have got brushes."
Mm-hmm.
I have got brushes, but I discovered that he only uses the brushes for the first song. And when I'm not looking, we're doing 3 songs, right? When I'm not looking, he changes over to sticks. And he's like, yeah. So he just sort of goes back to normal.
Right.
Anyway, that was me trying to finish the sentence with Al there. That was Al
Brushes.
Guitaro Mandolino with a hyphen. And now.
Brushes.
What?
It said brushes. I was
Yes.
going to link with that and say I do things with brushes because that's what I do. What's what I do for a living? Paint things, brushes.
Yes.
So do
Yeah.
I paint placemats.
Yeah.
Well, we found something in common. Well,
I paint fruit. Look, yeah, I've been painting fruit.
I know, I've seen your paintings. That's why I've never commented on them.
Yeah.
Online.
They're not
I've
as
seen them.
interesting
Yeah,
as yours,
that's
but it's a
lovely.
nice bit of fruit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eh? Look at that, eh?
I've got one for you. Do you like a bit of still life sort of thing? Can you just go down the bottom there? I didn't actually do that myself. I just typed in still wife into an AI program and they made it. But I wanted a blood spattered naked lady in the middle of all the fruit, and they threatened to
Report him.
to report me. Yeah, so so that didn't happen. I'm still going to do that. So
Yeah, I'm going to be the model.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
You're going for
I'm
the
looking
sort of
forward to it.
serial
It's great.
killer Dadaist market, aren't you? Well,
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah, with a hint of greengrocery. Now, I've been trying to introduce for the last 10 minutes, while Al keeps interrupting me with fucking brushes and things, I've been trying to introduce Elise Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Elise Harris.
Am I here at last? I've been like, here I am.
I think Al was trying to cancel you. I think that's what it was. Leading me astray.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything gets less fresh the longer it goes on. I was going to say, how about them apples, which I have no idea what that means, to to Al, but that's 20 minutes ago now. So.
Yeah, but he would go off on a different tack. You'd end up talking about plums or something.
Pears.
So,
Yeah.
which
We
would
should
be.
be. You should be drawing pears, Al. It's pear shaped. For
Yeah.
goodness sake.
Elise is a very, very talented lady, as you are about to find out.
I went to a rap battle and only brought a sonnet and a haiku. As weapons, they worked well when the other guys brought limericks and doggerel, as the limericks are easy to finish and doggerel can be overcome with win-a-lot and a pat on the head. Even the doggerels of war are good boys when you feed them. But the rappers brought the spikier weapons with pattern rhyme and machine gun patter. They annihilated me, and in return I found my verse was far too terse for them to let me be. I think next time I'll go for rhyme over reason and make sure it's pure and glorifies the fact I'm doing it. The quick draw style is guaranteed to make me go 8 mile. I'll leave the sonnets to Shakespeare and Wilfred Owen. I'm sure that's not what killed them, but it didn't help. Word.
So that was Elise with some poetry, because we do have women here. Unlike, I recently announced that I had to resign from the Garrick Club because the Garrick Club don't have women. I was very offended. Somebody said, well, the Garrick Club wouldn't have you, Anthony. But I went to public school. I'm the kind of person who would be there, like Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. I am of that caliber, as Tony Hancock would say. I'm up there. I went to public school. I didn't fag for anybody because I was a day boy. People do ask. But I was nobody's bitch. Biatch is, I think, is the phrase now. Well, that's what Ava told me. There wasn't too much of that stuff at my school. There were, if we discount the 3 teachers who committed suicide and the one who's in prison, we can laugh now, can't we? Good. So, I was looking at all these celebrities who were making a big thing out of they resigned from the Garrick Club. It's ridiculous. There were people like John Simpson. John Simpson, 74. He's just noticed that the Garrick Club doesn't have any women in. Come on, man. I've resigned. No, John, you've just got a bit old and you don't fancy going out anymore. You thought you'd have a nice evening in with some cocoa because you don't really want to be out after 9 o'clock now. That's why you always see him in the Middle East. He's doing the roving correspondent thing, but he's not really. No one can actually go into Gaza, so he's sitting in a kibbutz, in the sunshine, just chilling out like Brian does. He's just retired, but he decided to retire in the Middle East so he can pretend to be a correspondent. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of other people have resigned. To be fair, the head of MI6 resigned, for example, because the last thing you want if you're the head of MI6 in the Garrick Club is for Judi Dench to turn up. That's crossing fields too much, isn't it? So anyway, I think they're just trying to get it in, getting that change of letting in women before, the whole trans thing happens and they have to let in women because nobody knows what men and women are anymore. Not that I've got anything against trans people. I was a good Catholic boy, so I was in the choir. Lots of my best friends wore dresses. That's totally normal as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's a link of a kind. So it's time, I think, to introduce the next act, who, according to my list, is Mr. Dickie Richards.
Hello, I'm Dickie Richards. Now, I said to Brian and Krysstal, I said, Brian, Krysstal, I want to do a joke, which I've just written, but the only thing is, right, that it contains a really bad swear word. A really bad swear word. They said, what swear word is it? I said, well, it's the worst one. It's the worst swear word that there is. And you know the one. It starts with a C. And it rhymes with, in fact, this is mistaken for this word a lot of the time. Lots of people get tripped up with this and actually say the swear word with Jeremy Hunt. Jeremy Hunt. Now imagine if there was, it rhymes with Jeremy Hunt. It rhymes with his surname, Hunt. So, but imagine if there was 2 of them. If there was 2 Jeremy Hunts, there'd be a pair of Hunts. Right, so I said there's that word that begins with C that rhymes with hunts. And they said, oh, right, so we can't say that. You can't say that on, not a pear-shaped dystopia. We can't have it. I would have complaints. We'll be taken off air. So I said, well, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will do the joke. But what I'll do is I'll substitute that word, which rhymes with hunts, for something else, so that you can all enjoy the joke. And the word I'm going to substitute for hunts is I'm going to say the word cucumbers. Cucumbers, right? So you'll know now that when I say the word cucumbers, I'm actually saying that really naughty swear word that rhymes with hunts but begins with a C. Okay, so here we go. So they say that we must speak truth to power. So I phoned up EDF Energy and I told them they were a bunch of cucumbers.
He's not here tonight. He's or this morning. He's in Poland, and I always remember that song. There's no land like Poland. No land. Yeah, I remember that song from years ago, and that reminds me that Al Mandolino is going to tell us about Grumpy Barman.
We were in the Fitzroy Tavern for like 15 years, and one of the reasons for our longevity and success was we had a wonderful landlord, Peter, bless him. He really understood. Peter really got it, and that some weeks just nobody would turn up, and some weeks it'd be packed. The staff were lovely as well, except for one of them. And there was one guy there. He was there for a couple of years, and he was so grumpy. And he used to come down at like 10 to 11 and sit across the room from me. But Brian and Anthony would be doing the roll call. So Krysstal's taking the backdrop, and the grumpy barman's just glaring at me. And then he'd put his towel over his arm, like George has got here. Look, George. All these years later, I've written a song about it. So we're going to get Henry and Vinny out up to the microphone here. I'm going to go for this now. So this is the Grumpy Barman. Yeah, all right. Take it away, Vinny. He's coming down the stairs now. On the escalier. It's really quite alarming. I say alarm. He's gonna stop the show now. He's the Grumpy Barman. The barman, pretty sure. Grumpy Barman gonna stop the show. He just wants everybody to go. Grumpy Barman ain't got no charm, but he knows how to stop the fire alarm. Grumpy Barman got towels on his arm. He's got a tray full of glasses and he don't look calm. Grumpy Barman gonna end it all, but Brian's still doing the roll call. Mesdames et messieurs, vive le poire! Grumpy Barman, me, Grumpy Barman.
That was Al Mandolino with Toulouse-Lautrec and Vincent van Gogh, which is a pairing you don't see very often. I'm a bit obsessed with pairings that you don't see often. Things that could have happened historically, like, for instance, when John Lennon left the Beatles, he approached Dr. Beeching to be his business manager. And I just think that would have been really interesting pairing. Imagine what they could have created together, like money, that's what I want the railways not to have, or I'm not watching the wheels go round and round, or imagine there's no public transport, that sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, so that's been on my mind. Yeah, I did that too fast, didn't I? I should have, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. That's not having a real audience. You know, you can't know how to pace things. I was very upset recently because I learned that the Elin Golan, who was the Israeli contestant at the Eurovision Song Contest, was being continually booed by anti-Palestinian contestants.
Yeah.
So they made a digital anti-boo machine so they could take it out. And I thought, wouldn't Pear Shaped have been better if that technology had been available at the time? It's so unfair that now, only now, can they create that technology to, you know, I mean, my career would have taken a whole different path if an anti-boo machine had been invented. Anyway, that's a link. So I think we'll put on the next act now.
Broken mirror, shattered dreams in this world of twisted schemes. Lost in shadows, can't find my way. Pear shaped in this dystopian ballet. Chemical skies, toxic air. Nothing's real, it's all a snare. Trying to find some sanity. The walls are closing in on me. Mind in chaos, heart in chase. Caught up in this endless maze. Searching for a way to escape. But the darkness follows in my way.
Out wandering around on a lovely sunny day
That's downtown Blackheath. that
in
is,
downtown Blackheath.
Yep.
The sun was shining, and I saw him poncing about, and I thought, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So I had a chat with him, and I said, do you mind if I video? I said, I want a video of you from over there, and over there, and over there. And he was quite very happy about it. So I did that, and I said, I'll probably stick it up online somewhere, you see. So everything was all right until I put it up online on the local. Now, this is a small community here, so when it's local, it's they like to argue about anything, you know. So I put it up, and here's a man enjoying himself there on the island, and somebody commented. They said, well, I don't think it's right that you video somebody with mental disabilities and put them online without permission. So I said, no, I got his permission. I spoke to him, I told him exactly what I was going to do with it. I would never photograph anybody in the street because the people I want to photograph are the people that punch your lights out, you see. So, yeah. And you can't photograph kids anymore, can you, Anthony?
And then we said we doubted that he had mental.
I did say I'm not actually a psychologist or an expert, but in my humble opinion, he has absolutely no mental disabilities for anybody to worry about. Anyway, most of the locals, they love him. They think he's fantastic.
And he just does it to sort of cheer people up and just to sort of, you know, do a bit of
and it really does. I remember getting off a train once in London, and the bloke on the platform on behalf of British Rail was rapping. he's rapping the instructions to customer. And that was it was fantastic. I like people who enjoy what they do. Anyway, that was Maurice Franco. So I think he's somebody did say, well, he is classically trained. So I'm sure he'll show up again. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is for all you rich people.
There's a secret that only rich people know that will make you the richest person you know. It is a secret that only rich people like me know, and only rich people like me can tell you. What is the secret? It's level 3. What is level 3? Well, that is the secret. Over the course of 200 days, or as long as you want me to be here, I will tell you the secret of level 3. Level 3 let me retire at the age of 4 years old. You've heard me right. 4 years old is when I retired, because I know the secret of level 4. Level 3. Level 3 and 4. Level 4 is the ultimate. Once you know level 3, you will know level 4. Level 4 leads on to level 5. But level 3 is the most important of all. You're probably on level 2 already, and you don't even know it. But I can get you even further. You just need to follow my videos, pay close attention to level 4, level 3, and then eventually level 5, because that is the secret that only the rich people like me, I'm very, very rich, very, very powerful, very rich. I'm in all the magazines, very rich indeed. Only rich people like me know, and only you can find out by following rich people like me and hearing the level 3 secret. Secret of level 3. Can you afford not to?
There's a lot of get-rich-quick schemes and things on the internet. There's a lot of self-improvement. You know, there's so many things in self-improvements that are wrong. You know, it's just how it is. Like treadmills. Treadmills are just wrong. You know, I mean, modern treadmills. It took till 1902 for like a 60-year campaign to ban the treadmill in prison. And then middle-class people want you to get one or go to one and do it for free. You know, there are loads of walking jobs. Get a job for Amazon. You know, you could do something on the side. You could be Deliveroo person and get paid for it. Why you want to be doing treadmill for free? I can get you a job in a warehouse walking around. I mean, it's the wrong way round as well. Original, like, workhouse treadmills used to generate energy that was used to grind corn and things. But instead, the treadmills that we have now are electric. So they're actually draining electricity off the grid for people to walk indoors instead of outdoors. I mean, if you thought it out, the logical solution would be for somebody like me to invent a treadmill that actually generates electricity that you could use. So you could be watching television and generating the energy. I've tried to sell this and it hasn't taken off. But lithium batteries are there, so I think I can do it now. I think there's a market for this. Anyway, that's my pitch, and I'm waiting for the dragons to get back to me. But I think they will be out. So it's time to introduce the next act, who is all the way from the other side of the pond, Mr. Cole Parker.
Hello, everyone. Yes, no, that's not me. I haven't morphed into a feline. That's Parsnip, who's trying to get the rice. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm close up because I've got my top off. And you don't want to see this, trust me. So the cat shits. Why wouldn't it? It's got its own bug. I clean it out every day. You should have seen the look it gave me today. Because I was picking its poo up. And the clumps of matted feline urine. It's looking at me as I was shoveling into a bag, sifting out the treats. Like, ugh, disgusting. What do you do with it? There must be I'd be thinking, if I was a cat, I would be wondering, what's the ape doing with all my poo? That's a question. That's a reasonable question, you know? I meowed at my cat last week. Looked at him, he looked at me, I went, meow. And it was amazing. He gave me exactly the same look that I give people when they do my accent to me. Yes, so I'm in the process of packing. Running up to Alaska. Want to go and see water in all its many forms. Yes. So it's all kind of gone to shit over here, really. The Republican Party, the American Republican Party, have actually given up on the whole idea of governing. They've not passed any legislation. They've been trying to stop all legislation. I know that the Speaker Johnson did recently pass the Ukraine aid after like months and months of not doing it on Trump's say-so, which meant God knows how many fucking Ukrainian deaths and land was lost, which would probably put a lot of these cunts on an assassination list if I was a Ukrainian. Just, you know, putting it out there. Have some ideas. Anyway, so he's in court, right? The orange rapist. He's in court again. And the amazing thing is, right, because they're not really governing the Republican Party, they're not actually appointing Trump's VP, his vice president, his potential vice president, on merit. They're using the television TV show Apprentice format. So these people have to like suck ass and do his fucking bidding, including breaking his gag order. And they turn up and support him in court, all the VP wannabes, Tim Scott and Elise Stefanik, and, oh God, I can't even say their fucking names, that Ramaswamy, Vivek Ramaswamy, who denies that climate change exists. That man is particularly fucking dangerous. So all these wankers turn up wearing Donald's clothes, wearing a blue suit and a fat tie. I don't know if they deliberately have shit hair, but they've all got their own kind of brand of shit hair. But they're all trying to be like him. Maybe they'll start raping soon. Yeah, they might do that. Then they can deny it 40 years later, but, you know, still pay out loads of money. Maybe they'll start committing tax fraud as well. That's something they could do. Look, Donald, look, I'm just like you, Donald, pick me. Wow, it's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. They're debasing themselves. And do you realise that if this wanker gets in, it's the end of America? It's the end. Ha! It's the end. Which will be incredible. I mean, at least then maybe they'll finally stop banging on about freedom all the fucking time. I think if they turn into a fascist state, they have to change the national anthem. You can't be singing about truth, justice and liberty for all. Freedom this, liberty the other, freedom. We love a bit of freedom. Freedom, we've got a car called Freedom, we've got a ship called Freedom, we're all living in freedom. No, you're fucking not. You can't even go to the supermarket without getting shot, can you? No. So the point is, right, this guy gets in, it's the end of the fucking country. And a lot of the people who are voting for him don't realise that, because there's a reason why they keep them stupid. And I say that with the best will in the world. They've also got some of the best schools in the fucking world in this country. Yale, Berkeley, Harvard, obviously, USC. So many brilliant, wonderful schools of learning. But they keep them deliberately. They graduate at 18, the rest of the world graduates at 15, 16. So it's their curriculum, it's deliberate, it's clearly fucking deliberate. They want them too smart, do they? If they get too smart, they'll figure their shit out. Now I realise this is supposed to be a comedy show, there's supposed to be some fucking jokes in here, but there wasn't, was there? No, well, there was a couple, but they kind of got snuck past you, didn't they? So there you go. Yeah, I thought I'd just pontificate. I don't normally give you a report, do I, Brian? So where's your report? Here's our report. And it's just me, you know, talking about my cock, which, yeah, you got enough of that. You've had enough of my cock over the years, Brian. You remember. We know why you really went to Australia. It's the memories and the shame. Regret. Yes. I meant to say regret, but it came out wrong. I kind of fucked up the ending there. Maybe I'll dub this bit back. Yeah, hang on 1 second. We all know why you went to Australia, really, Brian, don't we? Yeah. Operation U-Tree. Oh, that's the rumour. See ya until next month. I'll do more dick and stupid jokes and bullshit and bollocks then, all right? I just wanted to talk about what's happening because it's important. Kind of important. See ya!
Our exclusive serialisation of The Red Queen by Lord Ashcroft. Angela has red hair and works for a party whose logo is red. So I call this bird the Red Queen, 'cause she is like what the Queen would be, the dead one, not Charlie's bit of fluff, if she had been a commie like. She lived in a council property like the Queen did, except Angela only had one. but she is one of them what bought it cheap off Thatcher, but wants us all to believe she ain't a Tory, but she sure acts like one. Being a posh bully, I went down the council offices and pored over the public version of the electoral register to try and find some evidence to show that she had abused the right to buy scheme. There weren't none. So I went down Somerset House and found the birth certificate of her sprogs. What I found was astonishing. Despite supposedly being married, this bird don't live with her husband, but he has his own home 352 yards away, and they wonder why they split up. They was always split up because they was 352 yards away. Clearly she moved in with him and left her council house empty while not registering that she had moved, which is fraud, despite there being no financial gain except continuing to pay council tax on 2 properties. Did she claim the single person discount? I don't know, but I'm going to imply she did, while her brother was living there looking after her premature babies. If that's true, who knows what you can believe with this bird. She should have paid capital gains tax when she sold it if she wasn't there absolutely every minute of every day. Since she bought it off the council, it went up in price £48,000, 10% of which is £4,800. Thieving cow. See, I knows everybody's income and what everybody earns. We spoke to a neighbour whose frogs had broken one of her windows with a football, and he says she sat outside their house in an Audi demanding several tons to fix it, when it was only double glazing and should only have cost a pony, when she lived supposedly next door and could have shouted over the garden fence like what I does in Belize. Do you want this bird as your Deputy Prime Minister? No, thought not, me neither.
So these 2 tramps walking down the street, and it's a hot day, a really hot day. One of the tramps turns to the other tramp and goes, "Have you shit yourself?" And the tramp goes, "No." So he goes, "Oh, okay then." So they carry on walking down the street, and it gets hotter and hotter, and the smell gets worse and worse. So the first tramp goes, "You sure you haven't shit yourself?" And the second tramp goes, "No, I haven't." So he goes, "Oh, okay." So they carry on walking down the street, and by now it's like super hot. The smell of shit is overpowering. So the first tramp goes to the second tramp, "You might have shit yourself, haven't you?" And he goes, "No." So the first tramp goes, "Take down your trousers then." Sure enough, in the seat of the trousers was a big pile of shit. And the first tramp goes, See, you did shit yourself, didn't you?" And the second tramp goes, "Oh, I thought you meant today."
Stop it, Granddad.
Well, yes, I'm not sure what the what the strange Andy Zapp thing was about, but there we are. That was Mark Ward before Andy Zapp. That was all real. It really happened. Because I just thought I'd point that out because a lot of things are generated by AI now, but we're not. Although I have been offered jobs, training AI. The thing is, it can't really be that intelligent, artificial intelligence, can it? If it relies on Anthony Miller to train it. I mean, really, that's just me writing material for a robot, isn't it? If you analyse that backwards, it's a robot that I'm. And how bad do you have to be to get Anthony Miller to write the jokes for you? I mean, even I don't write all my jokes. Ava writes some of them, but you know, that's just a nightmare, isn't it? The robots will take over. Not while I'm writing their code, they won't. The robots will do as they're told. I will train them, and they will do as they're told. So let's have some. I would say let's have some love and appreciation, as I used to, but there is no audience that we can see or hear. So let's have some traffic across the internet for the next act. Dickie Richards again.
Hello, I'm Dickie Richards. Now, last year in the winter, it was really cold where I live. It was really properly cold. It was snow and ice on the ground, about -8. It was really properly freezing. And I remember I said to my mum, I said, Mum, I don't fancy going out tomorrow. It's going to be freezing. I had a few errands to run. And I said, I really don't fancy it. And my mum gave me some advice that perhaps your mums have given you. My mum said to me, she said, son, if you want to stay warm on a cold day, the thing to do is wear lots of layers. Right, because I'm a good boy. I listened to my mum. So the next day, that's exactly what I did. I put on lots of layers. And essentially what I did is I put on 2 of everything. I put on 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of long johns, 2 pairs of jeans, 2 vests, 2 t-shirts, 2 jumpers, 2 cardigans, 2 coats, 2 hats, 2 scarves, 2 pairs of gloves. I put on 1 pair of shoes because, you know, I'm not a horse. But I went out, right? I went out and it was freezing cold, but I was toasty warm. You know, my mum was right. You know, so I was going about doing what I had to do. Anyway, that morning, about 11 o'clock in the morning, my new girlfriend phoned me up and she said, Dickie, because she spoke like that. She said, Dickie, I've taken the day off work. I'm in bed naked. I've got some new toys from Ann Summers and a big bottle of baby oil. Why don't you come over and spend a filthy day and afternoon in bed with me? You can do anything you like to me, anything at all. Anyway, I said no. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I turned her down. Yeah, well, I had a lot on that day.
He knows what he's doing. What are you still laughing at? I'll give you something to laugh about. Kai Barron.
So what's been going on in Loddon and Shedgrave? Thought so. Oh yes, we are getting another cafe, apparently. We're getting another cafe. Have you ever been to a cafe? What's a cafe? What goes on in a cafe? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to getting one. What's been going on? Here, I'll tell you what. Do you want some newses? Yes. We don't have to have the newses, but I have some newses from the Loddon and Shedgrave area. Would you like to hear the newses? Yes! That's how it works. Well done for getting on board. Now, controversial. You know the Raj? You know it? What's Raj? What's originally, sir? Raj.
Yes, a Raj in English. Raj.
Listen, you can sit with her because she's got a speech impediment too. It's the fucking Raj we're on. No. You know the Raj. Well, they're getting a cafe next door. No, they're not, actually. The Raj. Right. Wow. Mohammed got himself into a spot of bother lately. Right? He had a visit from the authorities. Have you heard about this? Oh, yes, it's okay. all a misunderstanding. I'm pretty sure when they turned up, it wasn't just the Vindaloo that made him shit his pants. No, not that today. No. Full disclosure, I love the Raj. Wrong. What's your name, sir?
Undisclosed.
Tell me your fucking name like a grown-up. What's his name?
John Boyd.
Okay, let's call you a twat. That'll do for today, won't it? Well, you pretty much made me pick you a name, so. So, twat, listen. Anyway, I went in there for a meal, and it was quite quiet because he had to stop selling alcohol for a while, didn't he? Yeah. And I did ask him, I said, so has it affected your profit, Mohammed? No, it didn't. Why would I even think of saying that? So, had a lovely meal. He's got a lovely starter, Quran on the cob. He was very nice. And, anyway, I had some poppadoms. Do you know why he was in trouble, by the way? He had some cleaners who were, let's just say, can we use the word unofficial? Yes, that's a good word. Okay.
Undisclosed.
Do you like that one to answer? No. But anyway, I had some poppadoms with my starter. And he came and said, your main course is ready. And I still had some poppadoms. And he went to take them. I said, oh no, can you slave those for later? What's the matter?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's open again, and it's great. I'm going there tomorrow. So, who's going to the Raj? Yes, you'll see them all in there slaving over hot stove. I like the Raj. I like the Raj too, and I like Vag as well. As it happens, you might be surprised to look at me. Listen, who thinks it's time for me to go? Yes! I always like to check. Can we practice one thing before I bring up...
Some live comedy. That was Mr. Kai Barron, according to the list, which we're now out of sync with. But there we go. Things are some live comedy. There's strange things that happen in the world of entertainment that sort of go under the wire. I discovered recently, and this I don't know how this affected the world, but this is really true. In 2009, STV, Scottish Television, decided that they would not show pretty much every ITV produced drama from every ITV region. So, I mean, what must that have been like? That must have been like, every show was Taggart. I mean, did Michael McManus murder everyone in order to make that happen? That must be so weird. Anyway, yeah, I just thought they're a bit rubbish, policemen, aren't they? I don't know if you've noticed, but you can go into Sainsbury's and buy a roll with poppy seeds on it, and they wonder why there are heroin addicts. Anyway, it's just totally stupid. Now, let's have some love and appreciation, please, for...
It is Boyce Bailey.
Yeah, Boyce Bailey.
That's different. Yeah. So that's young voice there, doing his stuff. I think after that little bit of light relief there, I think it's time for another message from Cole Parker, our man in LA.
Welcome back! Yes, 2 slices of Parker in one bit of Pear Shaped. How good's that? Not very, sorry. So anyway, we've got a treat for part 2. Yes, none of that political bollocks. No, now I've got a good friend of mine. We've got the acclaimed international stand-up writer for Jim Jeffries. Jason John Whitehead is here in Parker's studio. And before I bring him on, just to let you know, I've just given him 200 milligrams of a very strong cannabis edible. And it's just starting to kick in. Let's see what happens, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jason John fucking Whitehead!
Oh, I thought you were going to stay here.
No, I'm here. I'll never leave your side, Joe. I'm here. But jokes, we need jokes. Remember jokes?
Okay. All right. I was naive. I didn't know what a racist was when I was a kid because I thought racists were people who could run competitively. So imagine my naivety on my childhood playground, chasing after all of them. They're going, "You racists!"
Right. What were the colour of the people running, Jay?
Okay, so you're telling me not to do that?
No,
Okay.
that's...
All right. So
hang on.
Two gay guys walk into a bar.
No,
and-
Jay, no, we can't.
Or sorry,
no, he doesn't.
homosexuals.
No,
Two
Jay,
homosexuals.
No, you can't do gay jokes. 2024, you can't do. You'll get cancelled. You can't do that.
Okay. 3 fat chicks?
No. God, he's joking. He's being ironic. He's being fucking ironic.
A cisgendered, closeted male walks into a bar.
Oh shit. No. No.
Okay, so 3 priests have to cook a dinner for the Pope.
Okay.
And there's a special fish where they're from, and it's called the fucker fish.
Oh fuck.
No, can I just say
no,
fucker fish? That's
Sure.
all right. It's just language.
Language.
So they're gonna cook the fucker fish for the Pope. He comes to town, and they all cook the fucker fish, and they're there with the Pope, and he says, "What is this?" And they say it's the fucker fish, and he looks really offended for a second, and the priests are there going, "Oh no, we've offended the Pope by saying fucker fish," and the Pope just looks at them and goes, "You cunts are all right."
Ah! Yeah.
That's all right. Good night, everybody.
And just to make the world a nice place again, very quickly, how many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? None! Let's give them the night off and we'll do it for them. And now a new part of my report every week is going to be the monthly apology for the shit I made you endure. Jason and myself would both like to apologise to you and your families for any distress caused, and we pledge that no action will be taken repeated in the future, and we hope you'll accept our sincerest regrets and what we just did. But you can cancel us if you want, because we're both fucking unsuccessful anyway. So what the fuck are you going to do, eh? There's nothing you can do anyway. We're untouchable, because we're not successful anyway. So fuck you.
I used to do political stuff, but I thought I was getting boring. But no, but I mean, yes, Cole's gone a bit political recently. He had a go at me the other day for having a go at lottery syndicate participants. But I just don't get the point of lottery syndicates. And I think he thinks it's kicking down, but to me that's kicking sideways. That's kicking at other people with a different mathematical concept of life. I mean, let's put it this way, right? Gambling to me is all about risk and greed. I mean, where would James Bond have been? You know, where would all those gambling scenes in the James Bond films be if he'd said to, well, Miss Moneypenny, I think we could join in a lottery syndicate, and then we could gamble together with M and spread the risk. So, you know, we wouldn't make too much money if we win, but we would have our percentage of winning, you know, and then we'd spread the risk about. So, you know, I mean, you know, because, you know, I know I've got a dangerous job where I might die at any moment, but but, you know, I have to think about my retirement. Anyway, so, yeah. So that's the link, isn't it? What's next?
Maurice is making a comeback. Some people might watch that for the dancing, but personally I was listening to the music. I found it very enjoyable, although I did sound a bit familiar
very familiar.
to voices. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. There might be a copyright problem with that, but I like the sentiments. You're just going to have to fucking mute Al permanently, you know, because are you going to have a shit while you're there, Al?
Mute yourself while you're fucking blowing your nose, for God's sake.
He doesn't know anything about sound. He used to be in the business.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh. Okay. I've just noticed that Maurice and Elise.
Ron.
Yeah, you scan beautifully. So, after Maurice, we should have Elise.
Beetroot. Beetroot make very effective headphones. Beetroot are the national instrument of Wales. The 1812 overture is actually about beetroot. The Beetroot Wars of 1786 are still regarded as the worst days of human history. Many people do not realise that you can get very high on beetroot juice. Beetroot were the favourite vegetable of flamboyant pianist Liberace. Michael Fassbender's most famous role was playing a beetroot. Just before his death, poet Dylan Thomas ate 96 beetroot in one night, saying, "I think that's a record." During the Great Fire of London, diarist Samuel Pepys famously buried a whole heap of beetroot in his back garden for safekeeping. In the 1977 film Star Wars, Carrie Fisher insisted on using beetroot as her headpiece. And the beat goes on. Hello! If you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel. There's also a video that YouTube thinks you might like.
That was Elise. I left that little advert in at the end there, Elise. I thought it might be a good idea because people are going to be wondering who all these women are that we've had on the show tonight. Rockle! Yeah, who do we see tonight? Who's the first act we saw tonight?
Well, Elise, funnily enough, just...
Elise, ladies and gentlemen. Elise, give her a round of applause. Thanks so good, Elise. Alright, Anthony looks like he's got quite carried away there. And Al should be fucking carried away. But Anthony just has to sit there while I talk bollocks for it.
Yeah.
That's Dickie, wasn't it, Anthony? Yeah, there we go. That was Anthony. That's right. And not only that, It's like a toddler. Al, find an electric socket to put your finger in.
So here we are, dancing on the street. And after 5 weeks of dancing on the street, somebody came up and told me that everybody really loves me, and I have uplifted the whole place.
He's great, isn't he? Yeah, he's great. Him, yeah. People expressing themselves. That's what the world needs. Yeah.
It is, yes, but they should express themselves during the gaps between sentences. Anyway. Then we had Elise again, and then we had Cole Parker and his cat, which was very interesting. We had Mark Ward and his beautiful Two Tramps joke. I don't think we're going to show any more clips there. And then we had Andy saying, "Stop it, Grandad," which that was the clip that he sent me. It was the fucking 0.4 of a second. And Dickie Richards and some more from Cole Parker. And then Boyce Bailey swinging around. That was pretty good.
Okay. Okay, Vinny, let's go. We get the other deck going. Go on, mix it. There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey. La 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 la. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec. Henry! Oh, bonjour! Absinthe! La la la, c'est la nana chicory. La la la, pomme du pois en dystopie. Pousser la nana chicory, yeah. Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Pousser la nana chicory, oui. Pomme du pois en dystopie.
Gone a bit Captain Pugwash, isn't it?
What a marvellous show. I must say, I really enjoyed it. I thought everybody was absolutely hilarious.
But I could see you enjoyed something, yes.
In fact, I'm so happy that I would actually like to pay something.
Yes,
but I don't know where to start, actually. Normally I have a little man who deals with the money for me, but he got in a fit of laughing and he seems to have disappeared somewhere.
I know how to do it.
So, how do I pay?
Scan the QR code or follow the link.
Well, that was Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Pear Shaped, and we hope you thought the show was really great. Last Wednesday of the month. Pear Shaped, if the comics made you grin, feel free to chuck a fiver in the bin.
Or 10 or more.
Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, this is
Wednesday
telling
night
dear.
at 8:30.
There you are.
Is it next week?
Wednesday night at No, end of the month, dear, end of the month.
Next month, the end of the month.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Well, I shall be here, so
Yes,
thank
you
you
will.
for everything.
It's all right.
And I'm just trying to figure out how to pay.
Well, you've
That's
been
all.
told, dear, if you haven't worked
Thank
out
you.
by now.
So, Elise, are you counting down the hour to vacate your room then?
Yeah, I've got an hour now. if I start walking, I can get to the venue, but then I'll be stuck there for 2 hours, so I don't know what to do really. Has Birmingham actually got a town centre, city centre, apart from the Bullring? Does it just look like a load of random buildings? Do you know? Does anyone know Birmingham well?
I've been there once or twice. I've been there to do gigs and got lost.
I don't know. I think I might have done a gig here, but it's mainly been just vicinity of the Bullring and not really being outside to see anything. And now I'm looking at the outside. I'm going, oh, well, this is massively dystopian. It's
There's a lot of open space that you can walk around, and there's a bit like like Manchester has 3 train stations, and you always get to look. Like Birmingham's a bit like that. I used to get lost between the train stations. Is all I remember coming back from. I think I went there to do. I did some gigs for James, and I did one for Karen Bailey, and and there used to be a bus that went. There used to be the night bus from the night National Express from Manchester, and there was one from Birmingham, and I have memories of running down the road to get the night bus to get home, then getting the train, and then getting up and going to work in the morning when I could do those kind of things and not die as I would now.
But on the outskirts, there was a tram. There was a metro tram. But then once you get into the middle, this disappeared. Where's it gone? It's like it doesn't go anywhere interesting. What's the point of it?
I think I did a gig in Stourbridge for that. It was the one that I can't remember who runs it. Was it Dan? Someone else. They used to serve curry as part of the gig, and it was there was free curry was the. But I was on my way there, and Steve Day said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll give you a lift." So I said, "Okay." And then I start on the way up. I started to think, well, what if Steve doesn't get there or something, and I'll be out in the middle of nowhere and I won't be able to get home. But it did turn up, obviously. But it kind of there's those kind of things you think, oh yeah, now I'm relying on somebody else.
I did a couple of gigs in Birmingham when I was in an anarcho punk folk band in the early 90s, but we had a completely different experience to what you'll probably have doing equity.
Yeah, it's just I'm just staring at this car park going. I mean, look at that car park. Can you see it? That's ugly. That's an ugly car park. Just looks like it's made of crafts. You know, when you do crappy crafts and people bring in toilet rolls and stuff to school, it looks like somebody's brought in things and made a car park out of it.
One of the things that I found odd when I first went up north, or when I went to Manchester, so it was, and Birmingham's a bit like this, is that you'd go in pubs and things, and they were so large because everything in London is squashed together. But you have these huge spaces. You think, well, this is just one business, is it? And then and all the roads are larger and everything's further apart.
Yeah.
So the towns are there, but they're kind of a bit more spread out.
It's
not dense.
It's not good. But they have blinged up. Can you see the Bullring from here? Can you see that? Look how bling that is. It's just all, it's like they've bedazzled it. There's a lot of room, but there's a lot of spaces between things. That's it. Yeah, that's probably what's wrong. It's like, have you been to Milton Keynes? It's so long. You get to the train station and then about 2 hours later, you're in the bit that's got anything happening. Because the first time I went there, it was foggy, and I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to, the next time it won't be foggy, I'll see all the stuff. It's like, what stuff? It's just vast tracts of nothingness.
Do they still have the concrete cows in Milton Keynes? They had concrete cows, didn't they?
I think they might, because that's all they've got. They had the pyramid, is it called the point? The pyramid. The roundabout, no, but there was the first multiplex in Britain, which is shaped like a pyramid, and that was we went for because I was in college in Northampton. We went for a trip there for media studies. It's like, look, this is a cinema. It's like we know what a cinema is. It's like, wow, what an amazing trip to Milton Keynes. A thing, very exciting.
Moving pictures.
Yeah, moving pictures.
I remember doing a gig in Milton Keynes, a venue there with a folk band. I was doing the sound for this folk band. They were from El Salvador, and we got all set up. And I thought, I want to go and get a sandwich somewhere. So I went out to try and. You think, well, get the corner shop, but not in Milton Keynes. I walked for miles. I got lost in Milton Keynes just trying to find a shop. It just all. It was like as you see America, California on the telly, just.
I'm originally from a new town called Cumbria, and it's like it was at the top of the mountain, my house, and I go there now, and it's the house that it was is way down. They kept building up into the sky, but there was nothing there when I was a kid. There's nothing. You keep going. It's like, what's here? They've built the houses, but nothing for the people.
The best getting lost story I had as I used to know this bloke called Brian Diamond, who was an ex-bookie, and he went to stay with his friend in one of these terrace houses in Manchester. So his friend said, "Oh, go out and get some fish and chips." So he went out and went to the fish and chip shop, came back, put the fish and chips on the plates, threw them in the front room, and this old couple looked at him and said, "What are you doing here?" He'd gone into all the houses were so identical inside and out that he hadn't noticed that it was the house next door, and he'd gone in the back door instead of the front, and he'd gone into the front room and he got all the plates and cutlery out.
That's like that insurance thing, isn't it? I mean, we didn't hear all of that because he kept dropping it out. But this guy says, "I drove into the wrong driveway and crashed into a tree that I haven't got."
I don't know whether I should tell you my Birmingham story from the early 90s from the anarcho-punk folk band I was with. Yeah, we did this gig in a large pub. Yeah, it was a big pub in Birmingham, and it was a riotous affair, as we usually as our events were. And at the end of the night, there was some sort of local gangsters or something involved. We're like creaming most of the money off the door, and but because of the nature of ourselves and our following, we weren't having any of that. And the manager of the pub started threatening us that he was going to make a phone call and get the boys round. And it started getting really heavy. So our guys were getting all the gear out to the back. And it was because of my nature and who I am, it was my job to calm this guy down so that we would actually get out of the pub and not get lynched. And so I managed to do that in the office. I reasoned with him, that, okay, you can keep this percentage of the money, but it's not really fair that you keep that much of the money. And then to get out of the bar and to where our van was, you had to go through the kitchen. And then, so I sort of calmed him down and started making me way out. And then our singer said, "Right, Al, get in the van now. Come on, get in the van now." And sort of just dragged me through the kitchen and threw me in the back of the van on top of a huge pile of frozen food. Because while I'd been talking to the manager, calming him down, because he was trying to take our money off him, our band had emptied all the freezers in the kitchen into the back of the van, nicked all his food. They grabbed me, threw me in the back of the van, locked the door, and we zoomed out of the car park and that. So that was And then
And
we
they
went
would
to a
never have found you except for this now. These years later. Ha now
these
we've
years
got him.
later. And we went to some. Then we drove off down the A5 to some traveller site and stopped there, and cooked all this frozen food on a big bonfire, which it was great. It was great. And I've never had a chance to tell that story before.
Whoa. Oh, sleepy
Well, you've done it now,
Oh,
Al.
yeah. Till that,
Anyway.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.